Kings when this thing comes down, and that because of the Great Lakes spilling over and causing the ocean way to the Gulf of Mexico, the Statue of Liberty is going to be taken and removed from its place, and it will fall into the Gulf of Mexico, okay? And it will fall face down, the Lord told me. Well, a man just got done the other night calling me from Ohio that was with me on the trip, and he said, I talked to Henry Gruber, which is a friend of mine.
Right.
And he said he told Henry what I did about striking the Statue of Liberty 9 times, and 9 is the number of judgment, and there's 9 points on the foundations of the Statue of Liberty. And as I struck this, Henry said, do you realize what Matthew Stevens doing? And he said, yeah, I do. He said, I was in a meeting, and this man's 63 years old, and he said, at the age of 12 years old, I was in a meeting that my mother and father took me to, and he said, Matthew Stevens correct in this word because A.A. Allen, which didn't know who A.A. Allen is, but A.A. Allen had a vision saying the Statue of Liberty was found to be taken out and put where it had fell face down into the Gulf of Mexico, and it tried to get up again the second time, and it fell back down, and it did not get up the third time. And the reason why it fell twice is the parallel of the double judgment on America that's taking place now, that's coming, that's already in process. Okay. Anyhow, so that was a very interesting thing, and he said, guess where Matthew Stevens going next? He's going in June to strike the Gulf of Mexico. He's going to strike Little Rock, Arkansas, and Memphis, Tennessee, where the two wicked leaders came from, Al Gore and Bill Clinton. And he says he's going to strike New Orleans with Katrina, and he's going to strike Jacksonville in the Atlantic Ocean. And I'm going several other places on this trip for the month of June, and I'll be leaving here on May 31st. Yeah. So for all you witches and warlocks and all those that are listening to me out there, I've got a whole lot of the blood of Jesus Christ upon me, and there ain't no demon nor prince demon on this earth that's going to stop this mission. And just one little drop of that blood will definitely take out every demonic spirit on this earth.
Wow.
Because of the authority of Jesus Christ in me.
Wow.
And it's not going to stop me from where I'm going. So you can do all your incantations and spells, and every bit of that death is going to fall to the ground and cause death upon you, because it will come back 10 times greater.
Wow. I don't think I'd want to be the one casting a spell on you, because you just might hit him with the staff stuff. Hey, let me ask you, though, so you struck the Statue of Liberty. Did you happen to film that?
We got pictures of this, and I'm not much for pictures and all that stuff, and I really hate people to take pictures, but the people that were there, they wanted to record all this whole trip on audio and stuff, and there was some DVD stuff done in the meetings, which I haven't got yet, and there was pictures taken of this, and the prophecy, I have the prophecies that I read over it, which will be on the website soon. The federal guards were there, and they were just watching this stuff perplexed. They just froze, and they just couldn't believe what was taking place.
Well, I was kind of hoping that when you struck the Masonic plaque on the Statue of Liberty, that all of a sudden Masons across the world maybe got like a headache, or something.
Well, I'll tell you what, that whole thing with the Masonic Order is very mighty and great in the world, throughout, everywhere, the Knights Templar and the whole 9 yards. But I'll tell you what, it's all coming down to the end of the wire, and every bit of it's going to be struck.
All right, well, let's get back to it. Hopefully you made a note. Sorry for that segue there, but just get back into it. Where are we at?
Okay, so anyhow, as I was saying just before that, to kind of give you an idea about, I said things about you haven't seen come to pass, that I'm talking about that's ready to come to pass. But let's back up for a minute. On January the 2nd, it's on the Watchman Report Coming Events Part 2. I wrote a letter in there about different events about in the death judgment of the devil hits church thing, and right below that I wrote this other prophecy in there, and it says this: North Korea is about to bite back against America's mandate of weapons. Very soon North Korea will cause a diversion that will be a major uprising in the DMZ in Korea, there in South Korea. North Korea is about to release one of its missiles. America will move to flex its muscle, and it will be a big mistake. For China will be waiting, and America will have trouble all at once in South America, Asia, the Middle East, Syria, Iran, and others, and Europe. The Russians will stand up. The bear will open its mouth and send out a loud roar. There will be American lives lost over this. We will see this start of this, and I believe we're going to see the start of this uprise towards the end of 2008, of that part of it, of increase of hostility from that time forward. And China will have a change in 2008. The red and yellow dragon is about to open its mouth. fire towards the eagle goat, the great whore of America. America is causing the plunge of the U.S. dollar and will take place. Okay, so we go back up here, and 2 months ago I get a download report here, and this was written on January 2nd, and so let's see, February, March, so I think this happened in March, and I've got the report, and I believe it was in March there, and it says North Korea moves towards South Korea, shoots off their missiles for testing,
right.
And then on top of that makes a declaration of war to South Korea. So America jumped in to try to put the fire out over the situation, and Russia and China rose up and started speaking out. So it was a prophecy that started in the process of already part of it coming to pass, and the rest of it's about to happen.
Right.
So
got it.
Okay. So also American. Let's go back where we were. Assassination of 2 American leaders are about to take place. At the same time, we're ready to see a massive strike into Iran that we're talking about here. At the same time, there's going to be a very strong military or a really strong political leader in the Middle East that's ready to be assassinated. So just keep marking on your calendars and take a look and take note. I believe we're ready to see that happen here. And I don't set dates, but I do believe that we're in that season when June the 1st comes around. We're ready to see the 3rd pending final judgment clock that comes into place, which will take us into September to some other prophetic events and unfold some prophetic clocks. But these are 3 final pending warning type clocks. And in the midst of that, each of these events start to unfold, which will bring us forward. I will be going to the White House and dealing with the politicians, the Capitol and the lawmakers in the Supreme Court in September. So I will be addressing some political lawmakers and some other people there, calling them to repent of their wickedness. And then the angel of the Lord struck the White House and it blew apart. Well, that's part of this. What I say about this, folks, is that I know that we may not have a lot of time to read that off, but you can go to the website on this, and it's a letter called Pending Judgment, urgent number 5.
Okay.
Very, very important. It's called Pending Judgment, and it talks about these different things that I'm speaking about tonight and how it was put forth spiritually to me in a vision that an angel of the Lord, the angel that's with me, has always appeared to me since 1982, was with me there, that came in this visitation of this about what was taking place in the United States of America.
Okay.
Questions before I go any further?
Well, we have some questions, but they don't seem to be relevant to what you're talking about. So, see if we go a little bit further with your prophecies.
Okay. And so with that in mind, we're keeping in mind that this space shuttle that's taken off is actually bringing up some more parts to the Japanese space station, which connects to the European and the American space stations up there.
Right.
And the space shuttle Atlantis is also going up in August. All this is dealing with this end-time scenario, and I believe there's a trajectory beam that's being shot out of the Hubble telescope area that's going to be shot forth to the Earth, and that there's going to be a massive disaster over this. And that's a lot to maybe chew on to get into explaining any of that right now, but I just said that to keep that in mind because the satellite that got shot down on when Space Shuttle Atlantis went up into the air this last time and they requested it to get out of space, the USS Lake Erie was the ship that shot the missile, and I mentioned that I think last time on the Edge. And that was where I was to strike the Great Lakes. I struck Lake Erie also, and I believe there's an eruption. And you said there's no volcano, but I said there was no volcano there either when I said that to the Lord, and the Lord showed me the word volcano in Lake Erie, and He said there's a massive eruption will come out of Lake Erie, which I believe will deal with this spillover of the Great Lakes. And I saw in the vision, I saw a tornado on the water. And as I was taken up above the tornado, I looked down inside it, and I saw the lava down inside the funnel of the tornado, all the way at the bottom of the water. It was opening up, and I saw this orange lava in there, and in this vision. And I believe what's taking place here is that this eruption will come out of Lake Erie, and the Great Lakes will spill over. It will suck the reversal of the Straits of St. Lawrence, and the Atlantic Ocean will be sucked back in.
Wow.
Down through and erode everything in